Well, hello there, Leo. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your mid-March 2023 reading. This is good from now until about mid-April. We'll take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we move to the tarot for more details. And this is good for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So if the message doesn't resonate here for you, you may want to check out one of your other signs to see if there's a message there. All right, so let's get into your reading. Let's see what we have here. Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation, a wandering path, enjoy the journey. I'm laughing because here is kind of like stay in place and root yourself, and this is kind of like wandering, right? It's kind of like going in different directions. So the energy that I got there that was kind of interesting is that you don't necessarily have to make a big change in your life at this time. It's almost this energy of staying in place, but using your mind to dream, your intuition, your imagination to dream big. Beautiful energy of knowing, okay, you don't have to make any big changes or decisions at this time. It's almost like keeping you in place in order for you to dream of where you would like to go next. In other words, I think if you were to move forward at this time, you may not actually go in the direction that you really would like to go, right? In the long term. And it's kind of interesting because we have the new moon in Aries next week. We have Pluto moving into Aquarius. Between now and then, we have this huge energy of really kind of like using our imagination, dreaming super big about what it is that we'd like to bring into our life. And so I really encourage you, like if you haven't spent time doing that, perhaps even creating a vision board, spending time just like out in nature, right? Both of these are very natural areas. So out in nature, just kind of like thinking about where your path has brought you, where you are now, how you got here, and where you'd like to go next. Wow, beautiful energy. Okay, so let's take a look here. We're going to first take a look at your present energy, area of resistance or obstacles, and then finally your advice from the spirit about how to move forward. All right, so let's see what we have here. Yeah, look at this. I think this is incredible because you have the thinker and then you have the chariot card wanting to move forward quickly. You know, I'm out of here. I want to get out of here. But there's this energy of thinking. In other words, it's kind of like, you know, if you were going to go on a trip, you would have to plan the trip. There's almost this energy where and believe me, I've been there where it's just kind of like, I'm just packing my bags and I'm out of here, right? And you don't really know where. But when you kind of do that spontaneous, just jumping in the car or the chariot or wherever and getting out of Dodge, it's almost that energy. I just want to get out of Dodge. I want to get out of here. It's almost a sense of escapism, right? But when you get in the car and you leave, all right, or you just decide to change jobs or move or make some big decision, but you don't have a plan, okay, it can backfire on you. It's kind of like if you were going to just jump into the car and take off, right? And you threw some clothes in a bag, but you didn't know where you were going. You probably wouldn't have the right clothes with you. Either the clothes would be for warm weather and you ended up in cold, or vice versa, right? So it's really this energy of, instead of jumping in the car and escaping from something, it's about allowing yourself to just sit where you are, right? Find a little bit of peace where you are and allowing your imagination, your intuition to kind of do the escaping, as far as trying to imagine, to create what it is that you truly want in your life. Yeah, so what do we have here? Yeah, we have your loved ones are safe in a creative endeavor. I think there's something that you would like to bring into the world. Here's that creative endeavor. Perhaps even doing the vision board. Oh my goodness, right? It's understanding, okay, whatever you're worried about, your loved ones are safe, means it's okay to dream big. I feel like there's something here where you almost are like trying to either escape, okay, just get out of Dodge, that type of energy, or you're trying to you're holding yourself back, or you're only dreaming small. You're not dreaming big enough. There's this energy. It's time to really kind of like sit and dream big. And with that, you will be able to make the plan. Look at this. He's got a map, right? He's creating a map of where it is that he wants to go. So it's like before you get in the car and move, and of course it doesn't have to be a car, right? It can be switching jobs. It can be moving somewhere. It can be just changing relationships or something like that. Before you make a big change, okay, it's about, okay, let me sit here and think about, where is this change going to take me? Is it taking me where I want to go? Do I even know where I want to go? It's almost a sense that you may be just kind of confused and you're just trying to make a change to make a change, okay? So let's see what so here, this is your obstacle. So you have a change in the wind, right? You're wanting to make a change, but the Knight of Swords is, just determined to make a change instead of knowing exactly where it is that you're wanting to go. Once again, that energy of, I just want to get out of here. I want to escape, I want out of this job. I want out of this relationship. I want out of this town. We've all been there, right? It's like, I can't take this anymore. I just want out. But what they're asking you to do is stay the course, be grateful. Okay. And the course, for some of you, if you don't know what the course is, it's about taking that moment to sit, just take a moment, get grounded, figure out where it is that you want to go. Be grateful for whatever is going on in your life, because it's helping you to make those changes that maybe you weren't willing to make before, right? It's kind of like, okay, I wanted to make some changes, but I didn't have the wherewithal, or I didn't know how to make those changes, or there was something that was holding you back. Understanding that now this energy of, I just have to get out of here, almost like this frantic, there is a little bit of a frantic energy, is your soul calling you, waking you up to saying, yes, there's something bigger and better out there for you. But before you start heading out the door, it's kind of like, okay, stay the course. Where are you going? And if you've had a plan for some time, right, and it's like not working out exactly the way you thought it would, it's kind of like, okay, wait a minute, what is working? There's almost this energy of taking a look at what is working, because I feel like you're really frustrated with something that isn't working, right? So take a look, just a hot minute to look at what is working before you just head out the door. So let's see what our the advice is. Yeah. So you have the Devil. Okay. So this is an energy of being truly committed or attached to something. This is a sign to look at, to take a look at what is, kind of what you are attached to. Is it a certain outcome that you want? Is it a certain feeling that you want? What is it that is you are so attached to? And then what can you do? How can you change your mindset about this? Or how can you be more flexible or see this on a bigger scale? Sometimes we get so kind of caught up in looking at something and how it's not working that we're also not looking at how something is working, right? It's almost like this energy of looking at the negative instead of any positives. So we have put your creative energy into action, okay? Community and playing it safe. Have you been a little bit attached to playing it safe? And now you've gotten to this point where you're frazzled. It's almost this energy of being frazzled because you're not happy, right? You've been playing it safe for so long that maybe you're frazzled, you're frustrated. You could feel like other people are moving along faster than you, or you haven't met some goal that you had for yourself. That time is flying by, okay? Because, Leo, Saturn, just moved into Pisces on March 7th. That is moving into your 8th house, okay, of death, shared resources, inheritances, and that type of thing. There could be this energy of, oh my gosh, time is passing by so quickly. How do I get myself, on down the path? I'm not where I'm supposed to be. So it's a little bit about taking a look at, where have you been playing it safe? Where can you take maybe a little bit of a bigger risk? Where can you make those changes, but not just making change to make change, right? It's making changes that are going to be effective and productive for what it is that you're trying to create. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I think you are going in a new direction. Okay, you are. But here's the thing. The King of Swords is about getting really clear about the wisdom that you have gained on this path. Understanding the path has been wandering, right? But understanding, okay, I've gained a lot of wisdom. The Hermit has been coming out a lot. And the Hermit is, knowing, okay, the wisdom that we have gained on our path. Being really clear about the wisdom that you have gained on your path. Even though maybe you're not exactly where you wanted to be, you have, I think Gemini had a very strong message last week about just looking at numbers and how numbers, we value everything based on numbers, like by how much we weigh, or on YouTube, how many subscribers, or whatever the number is. Okay, you may not have actually reached the number, but you have gained a lot more wisdom than you realize. There are other ways to kind of measure our own value, okay? Or measure our own value. There's a value in fulfillment, happiness, joy. There's a different way to kind of maybe look at what has happened here, rather than just numbers. And it's time then, once you see that, you're going to be able to walk away towards more happiness. You also, it's being more moderate about how you measure the value of things instead of just numbers. Like numbers are part of our life, right? But so I'm not saying you throw out the numbers, right? But it's not just the numbers, right? It's kind of like, if you had a job and you made $1 million, okay, in that job, but you had absolutely no happiness in that job, would that job really be worth it? Probably not. Okay. And some of you might say, yeah, but that $1 million can buy me things that'll be happy. But if you're miserable, okay, 8 to 10 hours a day doing whatever it is that you do to make the $1 million, the dream vacation or the dream house that you can buy with the $1 million, okay, is maybe not really worth it. So it's kind of like this moderation with the temperance card. It's kind of like understanding, okay, there's a balancing act between the numbers in your life and the feelings, the emotions that you get out of those numbers, okay? And it's kind of like, somebody commented on the Gemini thing that, especially maybe for women, we're always looking at the scale, right? And we feel like we have to be a certain number. But if you're that number and you're hungry all the time, or you're that number and, you don't like the way that you look in your clothing or something, right? Then, is there balance in your life? It's all about kind of like understanding that there has to be some balance. There needs to be a little bit of balance between planning, taking time to plan, and then taking time to go. You may be feeling like you've been taking a lot of action, but your plan isn't really getting you where it is that you want. You could have seen the numbers come in, but you're still unhappy. Or you could have a lot of happiness in your life, but the numbers are really low, right? So it's kind of like, okay, how can I balance these things out? Really interesting energy. I think especially since we're coming into Pluto in Aquarius, there is a big sense of things balancing out after Pluto has been in Capricorn for a long time. Okay, so let's take a look at your soul truth card. And Leo, I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Okay, am I getting enough rest to restore my energy and fully show up to my life? That is part of it. Are you doing too much, but not kind of like being, sitting and relaxing a little bit. You are the asset, and this body is your vehicle. Notice how your body is feeling, how much sleep you are getting, and what you can do to help your body rest. Take a bath, put on some lavender essential oil, go to bed ridiculously early, or give yourself a timeout today. Notice your body thanking you. The more I give myself permission to rest, the more I can contribute. I really love that energy because, Leo, I think with that, coming back, it's kind of, we've had this duality here, right? Of doing and staying. It's kind of like understanding that you only have so much time and energy. If you put it all into doing something, right? But then you're not enjoying yourself or just being, okay? Having time to rest and relax, to refuel, you're going to wear yourself out. And I think look at this, you're moving on. You're moving on from this energy of just going, trying to find that happy balance, happy family, happy life, the lover's energy. It's not all work. It's a balance of work and play. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Leo. I really appreciate all of your support through liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.